Hello and welcome to Mr. E's Watch Reviews. 안녕하세요. For my Korean folks, and I think Guten Tag is hello in German, and hola is it in Spanish. So I'm trying to learn more ways to say hello, but today we're going to be going over my Sugess Daytona chronograph. As you guys can see, I've already got it on the time grapher back there. It's running about +5 to +7, which is super badass. Sorry, I just threw it on there to check it before we got started, and I was like, well, shit, these numbers are right damn good. Now you see the beat error is super low, the amplitude's very nice. No, I don't have the chronograph running right this second. But on multiple occasions, I've seen this watch run even better than this, a lot closer to the 0 to +1 second when the watch has been worn like all day. Essentially, I just went and pulled this out of my watch box because I was wearing this because we did the review on this yesterday for the 1-year usage review. So for the Daytona here, this will also be the 1-year usage review. Let's readjust here. This will be the 1-year usage review. Again, I've worn this watch a lot. It's probably like I want to say it's like number 8 on my top 10 list of most watches worn. I do enjoy this watch, and I really like the way it fits and everything like that. But I'm always scared I want to break off these fucking pushers. It's the main reason why I don't wear the watch more often. The second reason would be, and again, the actual Daytona has got the same problem. For me, I really like my Lume, and this does glow nice. But you see how small the indices and the little spot is on the hands? It doesn't last very long. It does glow nice and bright. It is BGW9. But yeah, it's not it's not as durable or as bright as I would really like it to be. But for what it is, it's fine. Oh, and before we get too much further into this, again, I would like to remind everybody, we are doing a watch giveaway. We're actually giving away 3 watches. We're giving away the SN016. This is the grand prize. Basically, there's a video on my channel. I'll put a link to it down here in the description and below. Go to that video, leave a comment on that video, and be subscribed to the channel. That's all you got to do. But yeah, basically, we're giving away 3 different Batmans. We got that one there. We got my bespoke whoop-ass racing. That's my own personal logo there. It's got glide lock and everything like that. 120 click bezel. Bezel action is very nice actually on this. No, not really any backplay. No bounce. And I do actually have a glide lock bracelet on this. So solid end links. Very nice watch. It is a Chinese movement. I'm not even sure which one it is, but it does work good. And then we have the Pagani design, also with 120 click bezel. This one's got the polished center links and an upgraded glide lock bracelet. So we're giving away these 3 watches. Hopefully we'll be able to do it soon. It should be at 2,520 subscribers is when the giveaway is going to happen. We will do it live. But yeah, if you haven't already gotten your entry in, please go do so. But back to the main point here. This thing has held up pretty damn good. I mean, I'm very impressed with the watch overall. But but I have learned that I can't own one of the. Like, I could not own an actual Daytona. Like basically, this would be my one and only right here. I'm not really interested in getting a Rolex in the Daytona, because I like this watch, and you would think that this would be the one for me because racing and everything like that. But I don't know. Like I like the watch, but like I'm so glad I bought this Homage, and the main reason why is every time I've got to check out a real Daytona, what I'm saying, at the stores and all that stuff, I'm looking at it and I'm so impressed with it, and like I'm like, ooh, I kind of would like to have this. But now that I've actually had one, nah, I'm good. Like, this is totally fine. But like the timing and all that stuff works great, and I mean that's very cool. But the problem is that I don't time stuff. Like every time I think that, ooh, let me time myself doing this brake job, or ooh, let me time myself. Man, I forget to start and stop the watch, so it doesn't do me any good. So with that being said, yeah, it is what it is. Hang on a second. Let's see. That hand there, it's lined up on a 12, but it doesn't look like it's quite as straight as it should be. But for myself personally, this watch, it totally scratched the itch for the Daytona. Because that's one watch like I thought about, and like, ooh, I wouldn't mind, but the super markup on them, on the gray mark and everything is just so friggin' high and so crazy. Like it was like no. And then I was actually offered one at the dealer at the AD, because it was a two-tone model for $19,000, and the only problem was that you could go on the gray market and get it for that same price or less. And I mean, again, it's not that I'm buying to flip, but I don't want to buy to lose money either. You know what I mean? But yeah, like the screw down pushers, these feel the exact same way as they do on an actual Daytona. Like I said, when I was checking out that two-tone, I pushed the pushers, I did everything. And I swear to y'all, it felt the exact fucking same. Like that was the other reason why I was like, yeah, I'm not really into it, guys. Thanks. Because I mean, it felt great. The Rolex felt great. Don't get me wrong. The Rolex felt great, but it didn't feel any different than this. And I'm just like, well, fuck. I'm not going to spend goddamn $20,000 to fucking have what I already got at home. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be like paying for like a super high priced hooker when you got, Jennifer Aniston at home. You know what I'm saying? Like that does not make any sense. So the movement that comes in this is one of the Chinese. It's a 7750 series. They say that this is just a 7750, but I would believe it's the 7753 because of the way the position of the dials. It's basically a clone of the ETA chronograph movement. So high beat, very accurate as you guys were seeing, well within cost specs. I mean, the overall build quality of this watch is excellent. I mean, like on this one, as you guys can see, like I'm not having the issues like I was with the whatchamacallit, with the wiggly end links. As with the Batman, again, the Batman's gotten a lot more wear time and stuff like that. This does come with the little extension, which again, as you see, I didn't have popped out, which is shame on me. Because like I said, if you got it ratcheted down too tight on your pillows over an extended period of time, shit will gradually bend and get sloppy. So yeah, you want to make sure it's snug on a pillow, but not super duper tight. Like I said, the polishing work on this is very nice. And again, I've worn this at the shop a bunch. So, I mean, like, this is what you guys can expect it to look like easily after a year. Now, again, like I said, I've worn this, but nowhere near as extensively as, like, the Geno's or the San Martin or that GMT Batman you guys just saw the other day. But like when I'm talking about the high polished center links, this is why, like, if I get a Jubilee, or not a Jubilee, if I ever get a real Batman or a real date just, it's going on a Jubilee bracelet, or it's going to have to be on the Jubilee bracelet, because like this isn't terrible to me on a $300 watch. But if I was looking at my $10,000 watch and was seeing all this shit, I'd be a little upset. Not only that, but like that just makes it so hard to enjoy. Like again, knowing that I got this watch straight up to review it, and that it is what it is, and this was going to happen. You know, it's still a little disheartening. You don't want to be like just trashing your shit, you know. But let me just slide this on. And as you can see, the fitment is quite excellent. Now, I really wish they had made the clasp a little bit longer here, but this is pretty true to what it's copying. And I think I just tilted down too far. Yeah. But as you can see, it sits right good on the wrist. Again, I got a 7-inch wrist. Oh, butt fucker. I was kicking shit all around this morning. We'll throw some micrometers on here real fast for y'all. 0. Okay, so the case itself is right under 40. With the pushers, it's 42.9. Yep, 42.9. The diameter of the actual bezel should be like right at, let's say, 38.5 of the ceramic bezel. This is 20 mil in between here. That's 20 millimeter. Let's see, end to end. Nice and short at 46.5 without the end links. And again, 50.9 with the end link, so it fits the wrist and sets up there very nice. Nice milled clasp. Bracelet tapers from 19.4 down to 15.3. And then it goes back up, I think it's like 18 at the clasp. No, 17.5 at the clasp. So, excellent dimensions. Like, it's not thick at all. It's like 12.5 millimeters thick. Yeah. Like, this watch, proportionally speaking, it is, well, as my boy Z over at The Watcher has found out and gotten confirmed, they're using clone cases. Clone and super clone cases. And, like in that Batman, they didn't used to use the clone movement, but the one that I have in the link of the description for that watch is their new one that does use the clone movement. So it actually has a jumping hour hand and everything. So that's really badass. But I mean, as far as like, if you really, really, I want a Daytona, man. If you can't get the Rolex, I highly suggest you go ahead and just get this one. Because, I mean, runs beautifully, looks beautiful, fits beautiful. I mean, it like I said, it scratched the itch for me so good. Like, I was actually offered a Daytona, and beyond it being way beyond my means, like I'm sure I could have fucking found $20,000 I really wanted to, but I didn't want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, I didn't see the point. But yeah, I mean, this watch has been excellent. Now, I will say, forthright, just to let y'all know, and again, all watch manufacturers can have defects. I don't give a fuck. Okay, I just watched a couple of videos where a guy was ranting and raving and bitching about Tudor because he went to go pick up a Black Bay 54 and the damn bezel was misaligned. And he's like, it wasn't just one of them, it was a bunch of them, and he's had a number of problems, which is very disheartening, especially on a $4,000 watch. So, back to my story. The viewer, Mike Arakos, I think I'm fucking pronouncing that right. But at any rate, Mr. Mike, he's up in New York. He got one of these off of my recommendation. But he went to the different, like he had actually gone to Sugess directly, like their actual website or somebody's website. The gist of the story is I deal with the guys off of AliExpress, and apparently there are two different stores. There was a problem with the watch. He went to, or they sent him a shipping label. He shipped it back. They attempted to fix it. They shipped it back to him. There was still a problem. So they then sent him a brand new watch and let him keep both of them. Which that's pretty damn good customer service in my book. I think they did right by him. Now, was it a super smooth process? No, there was, time zone differences and, delays in getting back and blah, blah, blah. But yes, it was handled. Yes, it was taken care of in a somewhat timely manner. No, it wasn't as fast as Mike wanted, but yes, everything got done. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just because some of us have gotten used to living in this, I can have it right this second kind of shit. Because trust me, like, you guys think back to like 18 or 1765 or some shit like that. Bitch, look, when you mailed a letter, you expected the response to be coming back around 6 months later. You know what I'm saying? Like, people used to carry on conversations that would take years to have. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like, I think we've just gotten a little too used to, I want it now type shit. Not saying Mike was being that way. I'm just saying it was just, like, that's what I can think, or I think can help change people's perception on things, is that, not everything happens all every time. So, like I said, I'll throw a link to this watch on AliExpress down in the description. If you're interested, like I said, I really like this thing. I'll get you a Lume shot in just 2 seconds here. I'll show y'all what it sounds like winding to. The winding action is very smooth, not gritty at all. I mean, the screw down crown, the screw down pushers, everything just feels so good on this watch. Like, I just can't really believe how well executed it is. They do have their little S here and S on the crown. But yeah, I mean, it's It is. It is a fantastic watch, especially for its price point, which I want to say it was like right around like 350 or something like that. It's been a while since I bought this. Like I said, it's been a year. So hang on, let's do a Lume shot. And there you go. You guys can see what I'm talking about with the Lume. It's nice. It's bright. It does last a good little while. But, you know, with the indices and everything being so small, it really could have stood a little bit more Lume. You know, just a little bit. Like just a little bit more application of it, because it just doesn't last as long as I would really like it to. But you get about a good hour and a half, 2 hours before you just can't see it no more. But again, I found that as atypical of, you know, the real thing and Datejust, just because the smaller the indices, the smaller the area to put the glow in the dark stuff. So when I put this in a bash it with a hammer or buy it pile, obviously I'm gonna put this in the buy it pile. Like I said, if you really would like you a Daytona and don't feel like spending, you know, tens of thousands of dollars, I would highly suggest you get this. And even if you were thinking about spending the tens of thousands of dollars, I would highly suggest get this one, try it out, because it is just so super close to what it's copying. It'll definitely let you know whether you really, really want one or not. Because like at one point I'm like, oh man, I would really, really like that. Now I'm just like, you know what? I'm fine. This works just fine. It's got all the look I want. Yeah, I'm fine. See, I'm sorry, guys. I know I keep saying I'm fine, but like literally, I'm not saying. Well, the Daytona was never really one of them top. Ooh, I gotta have this on my list kind of watches. You know what I'm saying? Especially not from Rolex. Like the two that are on the top of my list at Rolex like that would be the Batman GMT on the Jubilee and a Datejust 36 millimeter. They're the only two on my list now because, like I told y'all yesterday, that right there totally squashed my Submariner desires. Like I'm totally satisfied with that one. This one for me personally has done the same thing for the Daytona. Now the big difference between this is that I thought a Daytona was cool and all that stuff, but I never really had an interest in wanting to go buy one. The Submariner, on the other hand, this was the watch. Like, this is the watch that I wanted, like, big time. Even more than the Batman GMT. Like, I wanted the Submariner first and foremost and utmost and above all else. That's why, like, when you look at my watch box, there's, like, fucking 50, 60 versions of Submariners. So all I'm saying is that when it comes to the Submariners, I have tried just about every version or homage or whatever you can suggest. And for anybody who goes to be a smartass, yes, I have worn actual real Submariners. I just haven't owned one. So before anybody gets all snooty. Anyway, just one last thing before we go. I'd like to thank Mr. Raymond over at Valimor Watches. He sent me the rubber strap for the watch because I'm going to be sending this exact watch right here, to my buddy Duncan and Carnage Watch Reviews over in the UK so that they can review the watch, and then they're going to ship it back. So, trying to spread the love and help the money go round. You know, not that they're not like any of us are getting paid for reviewing the watch, but to help out Mr. Raymond, get him 2 more watch reviews at no extra cost to him, and to say thank you. You know, I'm trying to do my part. That, and I want to help out my buddies because they didn't get one. And I want them to get a damn chance to review to watch. So, especially Mr. Carnage, he does like super crazy, excellent camera stuff. I mean, his shit is just unbelievable with the camera work. Duncan is like myself. His camera work is good. It's adequate. But we're more about telling it like it is. And, you know, I'd really like to see what he's got to say about this one. Because this thing, I mean, it is absolutely fucking beautiful. Like, the watch detail is friggin' insane. So, I'll put a link to this video also, if you guys would like to please go check that out. Because like I said, these are very cool watches, very, very limited runs, and the build quality is just fucking insane. Like, the details is just, oh my God. So, at any rate, I think I uncovered everything. Like, subscribe, go check out the watch review, or watch giveaway channel. This one here, she's a winner. Like I said, she done took the ass whooping. It just, I'm telling y'all now, if you're going to get it and you're wanting to be this for your daily wear watch, just go ahead and get over what's going to happen to these high polish links, because that's, yeah. Because like I said, I've worn this watch very often, but I have not worn it anywhere near as much as the Geno's or anything else, and it looks like it is beat up just as bad. But, you know, it doesn't look terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like, it still looks really good on the wrist. Now it wasn't good. I'm glad I got a nice rubber mat down here. I wouldn't have wanted to drop that on the wood. But yeah, like I said, very nice watch. Excellent wear. You know, if you're into this kind of thing. If this is the kind of thing you like, then you'd like this kind of thing. All right, later.